thinking a lot about what I learnt last year, and there's always this temptation, or I don't know if it's a temptation, it's actually a very good exercise to write resolutions for the new year, and that's never really worked for me, partly because when I decide I want to change something, I start immediately. I don't tend to wait for the new year. And secondly, because I feel like when you call these things resolutions, there's this unspoken pressure to actually complete them. And I think when you start telling yourself that, you're probably more likely to fail. I do actually have resolutions. I've just decided to call them intentions and aspirations because I really want it to be okay if I don't manage to do them. And in some ways, I also want to continue living exactly how I lived last year. In fact, I want to continue what I learned. And I've been thinking a lot about silence and what that means and how you find it in life. Hallo. Wie bitte?
Das ist originell.
Ja.
Filmen das sitzend und in der Kälte sitzend.
Ja. Es ist lustig eigentlich, weil alle schauen Videos auf YouTube auf, aber es schaut ganz komisch an, wenn jemand das aufnimmt, so
ja,
draußen in der Welt.
Minus 5 Grad und Wind und Schnee.
Ja.
Super, ja, wirklich. Ja, dann wünsche ich viel Spaß dabei.
Danke, schönen Tag, ciao. That was really lovely. I had an awkward situation with filming in public several weeks ago, so to have a nice interaction where somebody is just interested is really cool. I didn't realize how much noise there was last year until I found myself sitting in a cottage in the middle of the Irish countryside. And it was pouring outside like buckets. And it was the first time that year I'd probably really been forced to just completely stop. Like, we couldn't go out and do anything. We just had to sit there and watch the rain. And it was only then that I realized how much pain and how much hurting I'd kind of been pushing down by having such a noisy life. And silence is one of those funny things that's not really always found in a lack of audio or lack of sound. Silence can be found when there's nothing but noise around you. And I'm currently sitting in this park in the middle of Vienna, and there are sirens happening and there are people going back and forth. But I'm watching the sunlight touch the snow, and I'm looking at the trees all bare and ready for a fresh start. And that's the silence that I'm finding in the chaos. Silence can so often be found in observing a flower or realigning with yourself during a guided yoga practice. And it can also be found in just being completely silent. But I think that's sometimes the hardest thing to find in the chaotic world we live in these days. And there's this really there's an amazing artist and singer called Monrovia, and I came across his music last year. And he writes such poignant and beautiful lyrics. And there's one line from one of his songs that says, "There's a void only silence can fill." And that sort of summed up a majority of my 2025. That I started to actually heal the pain and the hurt that I was experiencing by creating silence in my life. And not only did I start to feel better once I slowed down and let in that peace, that inner peace and inner silence, but it also provided a deeper connection with God. It allowed me to deepen my faith. And I think it's often said that God comes to you in peace. He comes to you in the silent moments, and that is when you can hear him and you can hear his message for you. So finding more silence in life has definitely helped me to start healing and find an inner peace within, but it's also kind of made me more intentional. I used to be the kind of person, and to be honest, I probably still am that person, but I'm getting better, who would just do lots of things at once. And I found that recently I've been just focusing on one activity and really enjoying it and being more intentional about it. And conversations with friends have also been way better. I think I'm able to really lock into the conversation we're having and build a deeper connection that way. And that has been really beautiful with people I've met last year who I hope will become friends, will become people that I can call friends and build a lovely friendship with. So who knows what silence is going to bring this year. But I've lived with a lot of noise for a long time. So I think it's going to be really cool to see how it affects things. And I suspect it will add quite a lot to my life. But right now I'm super cold, so I'm going to get a coffee. See you in the next one.